Hello, everybody, and welcome back to lesson 6 from our unit 5. This is the last lesson. We're going to be talking about some word problems. So this goes without saying, you can't really do the word problems if you don't have a sound understanding of how to solve equations in general. So you got to be comfortable working with both fractions and brackets in your equations, and know when to break open the bracket, when to distribute, etc. And just things like that. So we're gonna take up this lesson. I think this is mostly based off of worksheet 3. So here's worksheet 3. So I guess the first one is, it's done for us. So we're just gonna try and solve that. Now again, I see x on both sides of the equal to sign, so I know I have to open the brackets up before I move things around. And so I will use the distributive property here. I'm going to get 4x minus 36 equals 7x plus 4. This is what I'm going to get after I use the distributive property. And again, I'm going to move all my variable terms to one side of the bracket, and this 36 will go here. So I get 4x minus 7x because I'm moving the entire term, so the plus minus flip. And then again, I'm moving this minus 36 here, so it's going to be a plus flip, and I get negative 3x equals 40, I think. So x equals negative 40 divided by 3. Again, I'm breaking up a term, so it's going to be like a numerator-denominator flip. Negative 3 is in the numerator here. It's going to go to the denominator on the other side. I think I did everything right. This looks like suspicious. This answer looks suspicious to me. But I don't see any mistakes, so I'm going to go with it. Okay, if you've been keeping up with the homework, I think we have done a similar question like this before. Well, not exactly, but they have equal perimeters, so, find the value of x is the first question. So perimeter of the square, we know, is 4 times the side length of the square, and the side length of the square here is x minus 5. Units. So perimeter of the square is 4 bracket x minus 5. Perimeter of the triangle is x plus 12, right? That's just x plus 12. You add up all the sides in this triangle. So you get x plus 12. Then we're going to use distributive property here. 4x minus 20 equals 2x plus 12. I have been okay, so now we're going to move this 2x over to this side, the 20 over to this side, hopefully becoming usual. This is going to be 32 because 12 plus 20. And so I'm going to divide both sides by 2, or move the 2 to the denominator, so x equals 16 units. So if x equals 16, the perimeter, again, I can do 4 times, I can just do 4 times x minus 5. Which is 4 times 16 minus 5. 16 minus 5 is 11. 4 times 11 is 44 units. And x, of course, is 16 units. I don't think there was a units mentioned, so we're just going to say units. Okay, let's read question number 3. Omega just got her pilot's license and wants to rent a plane. The Platinum Plane Company charges $180 plus $92 per hour to rent a plane. The Plastic Plane Company charges $250 plus $78 per hour. So again, very similar question. We have done one like this before. So again, question A is asking what number of hours would the companies charge the same amount, and we are going to set that as n here. So let n represent the cost per hour, or price per hour, for both companies to charge the same amount, right? Because that's what it's asking for number of hours. So let it represent the number of, what did I say? Cost per hour? No, number of hours. Whoops. again, the question should be what you're defining your variable as, and the question was how many hours. So your n is going to represent the number of hours for both companies to charge the same amount. Sorry about that. Okay, so charge for Platinum Plane Company. We said here that, again, so 180 plus 92 per hour, and that per hour is giving us a clue that we have to multiply that 92 with something, well, by hours, right? So it's 180 plus 92h. Then the Plastic Plane Company would charge, so 250 plus 78 times h. And again, we just rearrange this. I'm going to move the 180 to that side. The 78 comes over here. Both change their signs and become negative. So 92 minus 78 is going to give me 24, I think. And 250 minus 180, I think, is 70. This again looks very fishy. I'm going to have to... 92 minus 78 is 12 plus 2 is... Oh, is it 14? Oops, that makes sense. 14 hours. There we go. And again, I'm going to move the 14 to the denominator on this side. So h equals 70 divided by 14 is 5. 5 hours. Oh, is it n? Whoops. I don't know why I thought it was h. Variable's n. It doesn't really matter what the variable is. So if n equals 5 hours, you have to find the charge, and the charge you can put n into either one. Again, the left-hand side should be equal to the right-hand side if you've done this correctly. I'm just going to use the first, the left-hand side, 180 plus 92 times 5, 180 plus 460, and that would give me 560 plus 80 is $640 is the total charge she has to pay. Okay, so again, hopefully you'll see that actually solving this isn't really that hard. It's just getting good idea of what kind of questions and how to convert equations, what your let statements are going to be. You remember we have to put therefore statements if like this nice blank wasn't given. You know, therefore, actually even now you should be writing therefore statements and say the number of hours for which both companies charge the same amount is 5 hours, and that charge is $640. That's your therefore statement, right? So yeah, you should make sure to write that. Okay, now let's take a look at question 4. The launch site for I wonder if I can copy this. Oh, whatever. The launch site for Trigon Balloon Co. is 250 feet above sea level. A hot air balloon is launched from this site and begins to rise at a rate of 110 feet per minute. Again, this indicates that we might have to multiply it by something. At the same time, another balloon 2200, 2,200 feet above sea level, begins to descend at a rate of 150 feet per minute. Whenever you see this per, it's a good sense that we probably have to multiply that number by something. And the question is, how long will it be until the balloons are at the same elevation? So again, let t be the time, let t represent the time it takes for the balloon to be at the same elevation in blank. Actually, don't know. I would have just said be at the same elevation. I didn't realize there was something else to add. Let me check. What is this answer? Word problems. Oh, in minutes. Okay, that makes sense because it's important to make note of the units. So elevation of a rising balloon in feet. So the elevation is going to start off at 250 and then it's going to rise at 110 feet per minute. So we're going to say 250 plus 110 feet times t, because 110 feet per minute times the number of minutes it's rising for. And the descending balloon is 2200 minus 150 equals to 2200 minus 150 times t again. And again, this is just rearranging some things. I'm going to move that. So 110 plus 150 is 260t equals 2200 minus 250 is 1950, I believe. This again does not really look like nice numbers, but let's see, what is this going to equal? 1950 divided by 260. 7.5. That's not bad. Again, we'll divide both sides by 260 and t equals 7.5 minutes, of course. So t equals 7.5 minutes. I'm going to sub t into either the left-hand side or right-hand side. And I use the word sub. If you haven't heard that before, it's the short form of substitute. And that just means, hopefully you know what substitute means. You put the variable into the expression to calculate whatever your answer is. So I'm going to sub t in to the left-hand side. Or right, you can do the right-hand side as well, and we'll give you the same answer. And t is 7.5. Whoops. So 110 times 7.5 is 250 plus 825, which gives me 1075 feet. I'm just going to double check that I got my answer right and put 150 times 7.5. And yes, I do get the same answer. This is a 0, by the way. And yeah, even if I put it in the right-hand side, I do get the same answer, which is just, a good check to do. It's an easy check to make sure you've made no silly mistakes on the way. So again, therefore statement, the time it takes for the balloons to be at the same elevation is 7.5 minutes, and that elevation is 1075 feet. So you're going to write a therefore statement. Very important. Okay. We're going to continue. Question 5. The temperature in cold spot is -7 Fahrenheit and increasing at 2.5 degrees per hour. -7 Fahrenheit. That's pretty cold. I don't know exactly how much that is in Celsius, but let's see. It's not a good. I don't think that's a good. Yeah, that's not a good temperature to be at. Sorry. Okay. This is the same kind of almost very similar kind of question, right? Temperature is -7, increasing at 2.5 degrees per hour. So the per hour means you're going to multiply this by hours. And this is another temperature at 19, decreasing at 4 degrees per hour. Again, 4 times some hours. So how long will it be? Let t represent the time it takes for the temperatures to become the same in minutes, I think. Is it in minutes? Per hour, so in hours. Okay, temperature in cold spot is -7, but increasing at a rate of 2.5. And Frostburg is 19, but decreasing at a rate of 1.5, was it? Oh, decreasing at a rate of 4. 4t. Again, I'm going to move this entire 4t term to this side. I'm going to move this 7 over to here. And so 2.5 plus 4 is going to give me 6.5t. 19 plus 7 is going to give me 26. I'm going to divide both sides by 6.5. So 26 divided by 6.5 is 4. So t equals 4. So that's my answer. So t equals 4 hours. The temperature equals -7 plus 2.5 times 4. 2.5 times 4 is positive 10. So this is 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Is that even an answer? Yeah, it's right here, 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. Excellent. So yeah, that there again, don't forget your therefore statement. The time it takes for the temperature to be equal is 4 hours, and the temperature is 3 degrees Fahrenheit. So you're going to write all that down. As said here, good solutions are required with let statements and concluding statements. So don't forget those. But meanwhile, we're going to check out question number 6, trendy t-shirts. Okay, this is a slightly different question. Trendy t-shirts have decided to manufacture a new design. It will cost $400 plus $3 per shirt to produce them. And Trendy spends $5,000 on advertising. The shirts will sell for $12 each. How many shirts must be sold to break even? Now, break even is a term you probably might have heard before. If you haven't, it just means it's the number of items sold, or the cost where your total cost equals your total income. So you're really not making any profit. You just got back all the money you put in to your business to make the shirts in the first place. And so your total, so just to write here, your total, so okay, first, how many shirts must be sold? So that has to be our variable. Let n represent the number of shirts that must be sold to break even. All right, so that has to be our let statement, and then we're gonna calculate our total cost. So what is our total cost here? It's gonna be $400 plus $3 per shirt. So per shirt is the indication that you probably have to multiply that with something, in this case being the number of shirts. So plus 3 times n, plus they spent $5,000 on advertising. So that was 5,000. And the total income from sales. So the sales here is going to be $12 per shirt. And again, the per means you have to multiply it by something. So this is 12n. I do say it's just common practice that the value per something is multiplied by the variable. It's not always the case. There could be questions where it isn't, but usually it is. So like 99% of the time. It's a good way to... Again, I already have two constant terms here. I'm going to combine them, and I'm just going to move this 3n to the other side and make it minus 3n. So I'm moving the entire term. It's a plus minus flip. So 5,400 equals 9n. Divide both sides by 9. 600 equals n. So n equals 600 is my answer. So n equals 600. The income equals 400 plus 3n plus 5,000. Well, you could actually just... you just have to... You could just do 12n, I guess, but... Oh, it says income, not cost, so you should actually be doing 12n. Whoops. 12 times 600, which is $7,200. So therefore, the number of shirts to break even is 600, and the total income is $7,200, which is also in actually the total cost. So you haven't made any money because you spent $7,200 to sell the shirts, and you've made back $7,200 selling the shirts. So that's that. Romeo and Juliet first saw each other when they were 270 feet apart. Romeo began running towards Juliet at a rate of 16 feet per second. At the same moment, Juliet began running towards Romeo at a rate of 14 feet per second. How many seconds after they started running will they meet? Well, Romeo and Juliet would have been a much, I guess, a shorter tale if they just saw each other and ran towards each other, and that was that. But unfortunately, life doesn't work that way, does it now? Anyway, let T represent the time taken for Romeo and Juliet to meet in seconds, right? Because our units were per second, so the time has to be in seconds. And again, the distance that Romeo runs is going to be 16 feet per second. So the Romeo is going to run a distance of 16 times the time, plus the distance Juliet runs. Juliet is running at 14 feet per second, so 14 times t. And we know that the total distance that they both ran before they met was 270 feet. So both of those added up are going to give me 270. I'm just going to add the like terms. This is very easy to solve. Divide both sides by 30. And so t equals 9 seconds. So that was very quick. T equals 9 seconds. And the distance that Romeo runs is 16 times 9, which is in fact 160 minus 16, 150, 144 feet is the distance that Romeo runs. Therefore, statement, very important. Okay, and I don't really think I need to go over some of these questions. I think they're very similar to the questions that we just did. I don't know what this means. Solve the problem, then cross out the letter pair next to your solution. For each letter pair that you don't cross out, write the uppercase letter in the box containing the lowercase letter. What? So let's say I cross like this one and this one and this one and this one out. Write the uppercase letter in the box containing the lowercase. I don't understand how to solve this riddle, but I'm sure you folk being smarter than me can figure it out. Oh, right here, A, okay. So if you cross out this and you see a B, the H goes there. That makes sense. Okay, now I get it. Okay, your homework is going to be to finish worksheet number 4. There's only 8 questions, and you're going to post the answer, whatever this answer is. Why did Euro exclaim when Dr. Freud said you have a split personality? What did Euro exclaim? So you're gonna write the answer to that at the. You're gonna post a comment at the bottom of this video, and then you have successfully completed all the work for Unit 5. So you can pat yourself on the back there. Good job. I'm gonna be doing one more video for the review. I actually won't do the homework because I want some review to be self-directed, so you can actually do the review on your own and ask me any questions that you may have. So I want you to try those questions, these homework questions on your own. But I will go over quickly these 4. There's no blank space. Okay, that's fine. I will go over these these 4 questions in the next video. So stay safe, practice social distancing. I will talk to you soon. Peace out.